Hi folks, hope you're okay today. I want to talk about actuality and potentiality and the existence of God. I just want to say that the skeptical community have given you a completely wrong impression of what's happening in the realm of philosophy today. In the realm of academic philosophy, there are many, many powerful, and I mean powerful, Christian philosophers. Some from the Thomist tradition, that is the St. Thomas Aquinas tradition, some from the Reformed tradition, some from classical apologetic position. But in terms of philosophy, the Christian faith uh, rules the roost. There are some powerful, powerful uh, philosophers out there today. And one area is the Thomist, or the philosophers that follow the tradition of the schoolmen, like Sir Thomas Aquinas. And these philosophers are absolutely amazing. They are they're not in my tradition. I'm from the Reformed tradition, from the Reformed perspective. But these philosophers, I mean, they are absolutely brilliant. And one of the arguments that they make is an argument from actuality and potentiality, which the old schoolmen used. And the kind of straw man argument that philosophers use against the Kalam um, is things like, well, if everything has a cause, then why hasn't God got a cause? Um, what do you mean by causality and all the rest of it? So these are our secular philosophers. Will come back at the Kalam and all the rest of it. But there's a whole philosophical discipline out there that the skeptical community online, and even in the philosophical world, and are not up to speed with, have not got to grips. And one of those arguments is the argument from actuality and potentiality. That is, the old schoolmen would say that there is a complexity within creation, and that complexity had to have a simplicity at some point. But at the moment, creation um, moves into a form, that's its actuality. But before it moved into a form, it must have had a potential. This is a powerful argument. Think about it. As creation is developing in its forms, it might be. I don't believe in evolution, but you've got a human being, you've got an ape, you've got a plant, you've got a flea, you've got all different types of parts of creation, or even any part of the universe. As it expanded into whatever it is, that is its actuality. But before it got to that place, there must have been potential. And so what that tells you is the very first start of creation had potential. Now that potential could not have been within the material itself, because the potential requires a roadmap, it requires information, and it's very difficult as well to demarcate actuality and potentiality in a causal event, because even in physics they don't really know ultimately how causal events take place down at the micro level in physics. What that tells you is, in physicality, the actuality that you see had a potential that cannot be demarcated by causality, which means, where did that potential come from? You can only conclude that the potential is from God. It's a brilliant argument if you think about it. It's an absolutely brilliant argument, and shows you the level of sophistication of the Thomist philosophers of today. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. I'll link to various philosophers for you. God bless. I'll link to you to a debate of one of these philosophers that gives these kind of arguments. Take care.